have to believe in the heart of the card.
And will always love you.
Yes! Alright, so I've got just a couple more battles here with my Zoroark Hyper Offence team. Again, very fun team. But I found this guy on the ladder who was also using a Zoroark. So obviously, me and this guy, we transcend the OU ladder right now. Again, this was around like 1400, I think, at this range. I think like we were right on the 1400, both of us, when we had this battle. So it's not like we're just picking at the bottom ladder. This was also quite a fun game. Yeah, Zoroark, very fun Pokemon. So I'll just jump into the battle. I am going to lead off here with the Garchomp because again, Garchomp leads against every Pokemon in the game. Weavile, we lead against that. Except actually we don't. So yeah, I'm gonna switch out on that into the best Weavile counter in the game, being Mega Scizor here. So anyway, that's always nice. Now I'm gonna switch, double switch, predicting the Chandelure to come in, which is or could be the Ferrothorn to come in anyway, but it's not going to be actual Garchomp that I do bring in. It's going to be Zoroark. I'm just going to knock off, and pretty much whatever he goes into is nice to hit him knock off with. And I actually get the Espeon, who's trying to catch some rocks, so that's always nice. He brings back in Weavile. Knockoff does so much for a resisted hit. Jesus, Weavile, hold Weavile back, somebody. But I am gonna double again. I didn't go into Keldeo this time because in case he wants to stay in with Weavile, in case it's Zoroark, any of those things, Keldeo is a decent double switch, just in case as a safety thing. So no rocks, and Ferrothorn gets really low. So I guess that's a decent trade for Keldeo, although Keldeo was really good for his team because it was, it beat pretty much everything but Gardevoir at that point, and it outsped Gardevoir, so it could beat it if I got damage off. So it's a bit unfortunate that that series of events went as it did, and I died to Power Whip, but what can you do? I wonder if that's like max attack, but anyway, he double crits here, which is very unfortunate, because, I could have killed something, but anyway, I just bring in Scizor, disguised as Zoroark here, try to bait that fighting move. Now, I'm kind of bad because I didn't read the text. No one does. This is why Zoroark is so good. I didn't read the text. It did not say Shadow Ball. It said Dark Pulse. So because I did not read the text, and by the way, that wasn't a speed tie. He was running like HP Fire. He was running, I don't know, some hidden power where it minuses your speed. But anyway, because I didn't read the text, I didn't realize I was Zoroark, and I didn't low kick. So yeah, that was a very bad. That could have gone a lot better on my part. Going to Gengar, he has HP Fighting, and I Shadow Ball because I'm pretty sure that was a misclick. Best play definitely was a Sludge Wave, but anyway, he is able to bring in the Weavile. That means I do have to sack my Zoroark in that case. I could have brought Scizor back in instead and just kept it, but that doesn't really matter. Now I pretty much have to predict the Chandelure coming in here and go to Klefki, and if he stays in, I win the game. If he doesn't stay in, I T-Wave something else, which is always good, honestly. Now, that means I can go into Gengar here, and he has to pick something to die. It's going to be, of course, Gardevoir. At this point, I don't have to Sludge Wave or anything, really, just because, I don't know, if he stays in, Sludge Wave wouldn't kill, but I don't have to Sludge Wave at that point because Weavile dies on the switch in. Worth mentioning, if he had Pursuit, I would have been in a very bad situation. However, he would have probably gone, if he had Pursuit, he would have gone for it earlier, and, I would have been probably okay, but, yeah, good thing he doesn't have Pursuit, or I would have gotten screwed. He is able to double switch predicting the Scizor, but his Weavile dies on switch in, so it's not that it really matters. I'm just Swords Dancing here, not because I'm a dick, but because, he got paralyzed, so I felt bad, so I'm like, oh, I'll just Swords Dance until you kill me. And he gets paralyzed like 3 times in a row, so that's always fun. But anyway, I do win the game with Gengar in the back, so that's why I don't need to take advantage of the hacks, because yeah, again, Weavile dies from the switch in. If Weavile didn't die from switch in, then that would have been a bit of a game changer, but yeah, Weavile does die to switch in, so I don't really have to play around with anything like that. If we've lived, I probably would have to switch into Gengar. I'm pretty sure I'd live a Flamethrower. So it would be a 50-50 whether he goes for the Flamethrower or the Ghost type move. And but anyway, it worked out in the end. Fun team. Zoroark on Zoroark, always fun. Yeah. So I'll stop that one, and I think I've got one or two more. Alright, I got the next battle here. This guy's team actually looks really fun. That's something that I noticed when I first saw it. Now, when I first saw his team, I thought it's quite obviously Mega Lopunny, but it actually turns out not to be Mega Lopunny, so that's actually also interesting as well. So he had I'm pretty sure he had like some really interesting Mega Lopunny set. Like there's been a lot of really cool. I think Lopunny is one of the most like underutilized Mega Pokemon out there. Like there's so many really cool sets. Like there's I've seen like an Encore Power Up Punch sub Last Resort set. I've seen Encore sub Baton Pass and like High Jump Kick, which is a really cool set. I've seen there's so many really interesting sets you can run with Mega Lopunny, and unfortunately they're all the same set that you see out there. So I think Mega Lopunny is really underutilized. And I think if I do make another session, the next thing I want to use is like a really fun Mega Lopunny set. So yeah, that's what my plan is, because it's such a fun Pokemon. But anyway, jumping into the battle, I'll just start it off. So he is going to lead off with said Lopunny, as I'm going to lead off with Klefki. He's not going to want to get that paralyzed, but he's either going to not Mega Evolve and stay in, or he's going to switch. Either way, I think the best option is I can just stack spikes, because honestly, he really shouldn't stay in either way. Now he has Thunderbolt here, and like barely any of them ever carry this move here, which is Hidden Power Flying for stab. Like, because in my opinion at least, Hidden Power Ice is just so much better. And I lived that with Garchomp, so that's unfortunate that I got that wrong. Cause yeah, like it's very rare that that's ever carried. And people always like to bring their Lopunnies in on Gengar, cause like people forget that, you know, Poison is a stab move as well. So yeah, people always bring Mega Lopunny in, and I didn't think his best play was to fake out either way, so I just stayed in. But yeah, that's the point that I realized that it wasn't Mega Lopunny. But yeah, I would have stayed in anyway, because his best play was to not fake out, because his best play was just to attack, like the Klefki coming in. But I'm able to get rocks up, and I guess not really any damage. I lose my Rocky Helmet just for free, because, you know, it's a regenerator and all that. He opts not to spin, and I guess from Scald, I guess that's defensive, not offensive Starmie, but that's always fine. He has Gyarados. I mean, he goes for the sub, that's a bit unfortunate. I really should have seen that coming anyway, because sub DD is quite a common thing anyways. But he is able to get the first Dragon Dance up, and he flinches me with Waterfall right here, which is actually really bad, because I would have broken the sub. He said he was Lumberry, but that means he would have had to sub on me right here, and that means he would be in range for like Rough Skin Rocky Helmet, because like he'd sub right there, he'd be at 25%, and if you look at what he's at right now, that's 1%, so he would have died. He would have been dead from Rough Skin Rocky Helmet if I hadn't had gotten flinched. Which means I basically have to sack Zoroark here just to break his substitute. Which I guess isn't that bad, but it means I can bring Scizor in right here now that his sub is broken. I guess he just wanted to flex on here to show me the rest of his moveset, because I guess he thought he won, but Mega Scizor is a lot more bulky than I guess people give credit for, because I'm able to Swords Dance here and Roost here. The reason I roosted over Swords Dancing a second time is it means now I can guarantee to live any hit from Mega Venusaur in terms of well, I can live any hit from any Pokemon on his team, particularly HP Fire Venusaur, Heat Wave on, what's it called, the Torn. That probably would kill, but he's not Life Orb, and I'm pretty sure Torn dies to Bullet Punch either way. So that works out anyways. He sacks the thing here. My best play was probably to Roost, but I didn't make that play, so a bit unfortunate right here. Now again, I'm Spit F, so I am going to easily tank this Scald. Unfortunately, he burns me. My best play was to Bug Bite in case of the burn, because if I Roosted, then his Starmie would probably beat me one-on-one anyway, so my best play was to Roost at that point. I can go straight to Klefki here, however, because he can't let Torn get T-Waved or he loses, but he can't switch into Venusaur because after a T-Wave, Klefki outspeeds, and it's not like Mega Venusaur is fat, but I mean, it's not like it's living a play rough at 7%. Let's be honest right here, guys. So anyway, so yeah, that's always good. That means I get my guaranteed T-Wave off on Torn, which is quite good, and I can actually live because it looks like he's not packing like the Heat Wave, so that's always nice. Drop his defenses, and that means I am going to be able to get a second hit off on the, well, not a second hit off, an initial hit off with the Klefki at the minus defense, which does a ton because of course he has minus defense. And that, of course, is going to be the game because Gengar comes in and outspeeds and wins, so he just forfeits right there.